Before we begin, please imagine the bell notification is on and you're subscribed to Huna Stories. By the third year, the arrangement had acquired the weight of something permanent. No one ever announced it that way. Permanence rarely arrives with ceremony. It seeps in through repetition. Shared breakfasts, shoes by the door, familiar voices drifting through rooms that once echoed differently. His mother and sister had come temporarily, a word flexible enough to stretch across seasons, then years. At first, it even felt generous. They were between situations. The apartment was spacious. We were family. That last word did most of the work. Family absorbs inconvenience. Family doesn't measure. Family understands. Or so I believed. Living together developed its own rhythm, polite negotiations over bathroom schedules, refrigerator space, background noise, small frictions smoothed by routine. I adjusted more than I noticed. It was easier. I earned well. The apartment was mine before marriage. Groceries multiplied without much thought. Utilities increased quietly, invisibly, like background static. No one asked directly. No one thanked excessively. Gratitude, like permanence, faded into normalcy. The afternoon it shifted began without significance. I had a meeting, unexpected, brief. Our babysitter unavailable. "Can you watch him for half an hour?" I asked his mother. A simple request, softly framed, practically apologetic. She looked up from her phone. There was a pause. Not refusal, not agreement, something evaluative. "For half an hour." "Yes." Another pause. $300. I thought I had measured. "What? 300?" she repeated calmly. "My time isn't free." The room seemed to tilt slightly, though nothing physically moved. For a moment, I genuinely searched for humor in her expression. A smile, a signal of exaggeration. There was none. Confusion is a strangely physical sensation. Not anger, not yet. Just a quiet scrambling of internal logic. 3 years, rent-free, food, electricity, daily life, supported by a structure I never questioned, because questioning felt ungenerous. And now, $300 for 30 minutes. I nodded, not because I agreed, because disbelief sometimes mimics politeness. That evening, I told my husband carefully, neutrally, as if recounting an administrative error. He listened, then frowned with mild irritation, but not in the direction I expected. "What?" he said. "You thought my mom was free help?" The sentence landed with unsettling familiarity, not defensive, not hostile, simply matter-of-fact, as though the misunderstanding were mine alone. We sat in silence afterward, not the loud silence of argument, the quieter kind, where two people recognize a deeper misalignment neither can immediately articulate. I replayed the afternoon in my mind, not the number itself, but the principle embedded within it. My time has value, fair, reasonable, yet the symmetry felt distorted because value apparently had been selectively applied. Over the next few days, something subtle but irreversible unfolded inside me. Not resentment, recalculation. I began noticing details previously filtered through habit. Who paid for what? Who decided what? Who assumed what? Patterns long disguised as normalcy revealed their underlying architecture. Not malicious, but undeniably uneven. The property manager's office was brightly lit, aggressively neutral, the kind of lighting designed to eliminate emotional texture. Policies, occupancy clauses, lease conditions, language, precise, indifferent, entirely untroubled by family dynamics. "How many long-term residents?" the manager asked. 20, I said. The word felt both accurate and transformative. Documents were reviewed, rules clarified, notices prepared. No drama, just procedure. Authority rarely needs volume. When the letter arrived, the atmosphere in the apartment shifted instantly. Paper carries a peculiar gravity when stamped with institutional legitimacy. His mother read it twice, his sister paced. My husband stared at the page as if it contained a misprint reality had yet to correct. "They can't just," I said quietly. He looked up. "What did you do?" "Nothing unusual," which was true. I had simply engaged a structure that had always existed, but remained unused. The conversations that followed were fragmented, circular, heavy with disbelief. "This is family." "Yes." "You're overreacting." "I don't think so." No raised voices, no theatrics, just the slow, uncomfortable collision between expectation and boundary. They moved out within the month, not angrily, not graciously, somewhere in the unsettled space between. My husband grew quieter, not hostile but altered, as though a familiar map of reality had been subtly redrawn. Nothing in my daily life changed dramatically. The apartment felt larger, quieter, almost unfamiliar. Yet the most significant shift was internal, a recognition both simple and unsettling. Unspoken arrangements are still arrangements, invisible costs are still costs, and clarity, once introduced, rarely retreats. My husband still struggles with the story he tells himself about what happened. In his version, I became rigid. In mine, I became precise. Somewhere between those interpretations lies the truth neither of us fully claims. We continue now with a new carefulness, not quite harmony, not quite fracture,